the mail never stops.
Here comes the mailman.
Mail time.
Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. The mail's here. When you control the mail, you control information.
If there's something strange in your league, who you gonna call? SleeperApp!
I got a sack, and it's full of fantasy football questions. It's the SleeperWire Mailsack, and we are live. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, fans. Welcome, people from all over the world. It is the SleeperWire show. We're here to answer your fantasy questions for week 6. Give us anything. Trades, waivers, who do I start, who do I sit? I don't care. For if you're listening on Dash Radio, this is a replay. So you can't reach us live on the show, but you can always go to our website, sleeperwire.com, and send us an email question through the form. Just look for the free advice button. That goes for everybody. If you didn't get a chance to listen to the live show or call in, go to the website, sleeperwire.com, free advice. Otherwise, if you're listening right now on Mixlr, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, where we are everywhere, you can call in with your question. You'll get priority. The phone number to call, 256-56-SLEEP, 256-567-5337, 256-56-SLEEP. Made it as easy as we could for everybody to remember. On the show today, Dirty Jobs, Lucas, Prophet Hoos, and George. Full house. Guys, we already got a phone call. Let's jump into it. We'll take Mike from Florida. Here he is. Hope he's safe.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, not too much. You out of the rain? You safe down there?
No. It's got. Oh yeah. The hurricane. Yeah, I'm further down, so I'm okay.
So you're not safe from fantasy stuff, apparently, because it sounds like you're like, no, I'm not safe. Got some fantasy woes, and I need your help. That's what we're here for. What you got for us?
No, I thought you meant my record, man. It's got worse. I'm not going to bore you guys with these details. I'm 1-4. I had to reconstruct my team. My 2 best guys are on bye this week, so I'm dealing with like thin stuff there. So just 2 quick questions. I'll cut to the point. So Robbie Anderson, Donald hit him off pretty good last week. I've been hearing positive things. I've been researching that there's something there, and they think it's going to get better. Do you guys feel that he would make for a good flex this week? That he may keep that up.
What do you think here?
I mean, over who? I mean, let me see where I have my guy. This is my guy, but I don't have. He's 51 in my rankings right now, so he's a wide receiver 3, 4 for me this week. I need to see more. I mean, can he do it? Yeah, he's Robbie Anderson. We've seen it before, but I'd like to see. I mean, once they kind of switched over to him, and we didn't see as many. Those bombs that we saw from earlier in the game. I'm a little hesitant. How about you guys?
What you really want to look out for here is what's going on with Enunwa. Enunwa played last game, but he had that cast on his hand that kept him from making a single catch. He dropped a couple of the only targets he really had. So if Robbie's out there, by virtue, aside from the running game, he may be the only thing that's left to catch a football, right? So kind of a boom or bust because all his plays were 50-yard bombs. Mike, what do you think here, Dirty Jobs?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking if he's back and then he's in full capacity, I think he'll go back to being the target lion that he was. And therefore, I don't mind having this guy as a bench stash, but I don't think I'm ready to flex him yet.
George, you agree here?
Yeah, I'm not trusting Robbie Anderson. He's had no games with more than 6 targets this year. He's got no games with more than 3 catches this year. If he doesn't score the touchdown, he kills you. I'm just not doing it.
Quickly, who are your other options?
I got Sanu. I'm playing him because I got 2 out. I got Sanu. I got Emmanuel Sanders. I'm going to play him. My other question was going to be my running back. I got DJ, and then I got Ingram, but he's not playing this week. So I'm looking at, out of these 3 PPR, I'm looking at Aaron Jones, Smallwood, or Mike Davis. Like, what would I be looking at? It's thin right now because I have players out and injured. Just lost Ajayi. So, yeah.
I think it'd be Mike Davis for me this week. Hoos, I know you're a big Aaron Jones guy.
I like Aaron Jones. We haven't seen him getting that opportunity, and it doesn't seem like they want to give him that opportunity. Yeah, I got Smallwood. Ranked pretty high this week. I got him 23rd ahead of Kenyon Drake, ahead of Lindsey, Coleman, Morris. Mike Davis right there at 34. So, I mean, I like him. I like his matchup. He's got a great matchup right now. So I don't mind him, but I do like I do like
Smallwood. So could you play Smallwood as your RB2 and then flex Mike Davis then?
Yeah, I mean, given the week, a lot of buys, sure.
Over Robbie Anderson.
Yes, I would actually over Robbie Anderson because they're going to get the touches, and I like that. Especially is a PPR, you said?
Yeah. He said PPR.
I like that.
George and Dirty Jobs, you guys both agree on that? Play Smallwood and Mike Davis?
That's right there.
Yeah, Smallwood has got 17 PPR points the last 2 games. The Giants have a lot of rushing touchdown every game this year. Corey Clement is still dealing with an injury. Expected to play, but you just don't know how much. So I really do like Wendell Smallwood.
Okay. Cool. I appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah,
man. Good luck.
Good luck, man.
All right, thanks for calling, Mike.
Have a good night.
Thank you, buddy.
Right,
let's
thanks.
see.
Bye-bye.
We got shit. It's Curtis!
What up, Day One?
I know he loves it.
What's up, guys? What's up? I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love.
Of course,
Hey.
you know it.
Hey, man. Hey, I think I made a capitalized trade that kind of helped me in the long run because I capitalized on David Johnson having a good game on Sunday, so I moved him for Adrian Peterson. Not Adrian Peterson. I'm tripping. I moved him for Antonio Brown and Naeem Hines.
Wow.
And right now, I'm talking to the Christian McCaffrey owner. I'm trying to trade my Michael Thomas for Christian McCaffrey.
I'm not sure that I would do that. I think I like this Michael Thomas.
Yeah, you got AB and Mike Thomas right here, man. You got 2 top 3 potentially receivers for the rest of the season. I like that. I wouldn't do that.
Actually, guys, I have Antonio Brown, Michael Thomas, and Mike Evans.
Ooh.
Yeah,
man, I like it.
That's a championship trifecta right there. Who are your running backs?
My running backs are Sony Michel, Kerryon Johnson, Bilal Powell, James Conner, Aaron Jones, and
okay, so you're a little weak.
And I'm Naeem Hines.
Why don't you try to trade?
Evans.
Don't trade away my MT. Try to trade Evans, and if you need to throw in one of your lesser backs, do that.
Also, I have other. I can possibly. I mean, I still have Will Fuller. I still have Will Fuller, Shepard, and Allen Robinson. I could move one. I could try to package some deals and try to upgrade a running back as well. But my league is my league, they're very, very stingy with running backs. No one wants to trade running backs. My waiver wire is picked clean. There is nothing out there on my waiver wire. It's a 10-man league, and the waiver wire is barren.
What do you guys think? I mean, those 3 wide receivers, I think I'm going to stand pat. But if I'm trading one, it's going to be Mike Evans. George, what do you think here?
Fine.
Yeah, I actually think he's fine. He's going to be carried by those wide receivers the rest of the year. I mean, those are amazing wide receivers. I like Aaron Jones long term as well. So I think
carry on long term.
Yeah, I do too. So I think I think you're fine at running back.
All right, then. That's what I want to hear.
I would make this trade. That's just me saying that. I think Christian McCaffrey's a next level improvement on your running back game. I would do this trade.
You trading away 93% catch rate?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I just never know when to trust the guy. And with Ingram coming back, it just doesn't seem like he got used very often last year in that situation. And
He finished 4 last year. He finished number 4 last year on PPR.
He might have finished 4 on PPR, but he didn't finish that way as your fantasy player. I remember too many games with 3s and 4s.
I don't think he had much of them dirty jobs.
I don't see Christian McCaffrey having games like that. And I think if you have Antonio Brown, you're sitting pretty. And Mike Evans. To me, Mike Evans has a better future than Michael Thomas.
Oh, man.
I know. It's crazy. I've never been a big Michael Thomas guy, though, either.
Man, Winston is back, and Evans is going to fall off a huge-ass cliff. You heard it here first.
Yep, I agree.
Yes.
If that's the case, I have a question for my flex this week because I'm the second highest scorer in my league. I'm going to get the highest score in the league because he has Todd Gurley, Adam Thielen, Patrick Mahomes, and he has Melvin Gordon. So I'm going to get the powerhouse team this week. I'm going for all upside plays. And my flex this week, I'm looking at the highest upside between Hines, Shepard, Aaron Jones, or Allen Robinson for my flex.
You just need one of those, right?
Yeah, I just need one of those for a flex.
It's Shepard. It's Shepard for me also. Evan Ingram just got ruled as out today. So Shepard has produced every single game. Evan Ingram is not there. And when I say produced, I mean like 15-plus points.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
I'm same. I'm leaning Shepard too.
You could argue Nyheim Hines to me, but
right, yeah, I'm not going to though. I can, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, so in the last 3 games, Shepard's got 24 targets for 20 catches, 232 yards, and 2 touchdowns. His worst game over that stretch was Week 5 at Carolina, and he only put up 11 PPR points. I would play Shepard.
All right. All right, thank you, guys. And that's all I had to hear then.
All right, you know your boys won't steer you wrong.
Hey, listen, you never did, man. I got championships because of you guys, man.
Hell yeah!
I call it right to every week.
Quite a few. You got quite a few.
Yeah, we heard like 3 or 4 last year, right?
No, how about 9
something
last
like that,
year?
Something like
9.
9 championships Curtis brought home.
All right, Curtis. You're the best. We'll talk.
Guys.
We'll talk to you Sunday.
All right,
man.
The GOAT.
Hey, all right. Hey, I'll talk to you guys Sunday.
All right, brother.
Sounds good. We got another call here. I didn't have a chance to screen it, so we'll do it live, damn it. We'll do it live.
Buddy.
Caller, you're on. What's your name? Where are you from? Okay.
Hey, what's going on, man?
My name is Brian. I'm from Kansas.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How we doing?
Hey, it's going good. I called in last week and followed some advice and ended up my team is sitting pretty good. I got Antonio Brown, Adam Thielen, and Keenan Allen now. So thank you for you guys' help.
You called in about a trade, didn't you?
I did. I called about getting Keenan Allen and Aaron Jones for like a Chris Thompson and Devontae Adams, and then I got Kyle Rudolph somehow too. So
nice.
It was a little rough to let go Devontae Adams, especially off that game. But I think I'm
like
getting pretty now.
Yeah, you're good.
You'll be good.
I got a question. I have Chris Carson, and you know that Seattle backfield is always a little iffy. So what's your guys' opinion about him right now?
If you can trade him and get some real value, I would. That's my take on it.
I'm good with
him.
Pete Carroll is impossible to predict what he's going to do. And for any given reason, a player could just end up on the bench and not see the ball for the rest of the game. Mike Davis is a guy that could come in and just take over. Pete Carroll's really about the hot hand. It's tough to trust a running back on that team week to week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting with Kareem Hunt, luckily, so he's a must start. But then I have Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook waiting for. Luckily, I'm in a situation where I can let Dalvin sit on my bench until he's healthy, quote unquote. But I guess my question is with Chris Carson and my other running backs not really being really too high, since I have that solid receiver core, do I stick with that or do I use one of those and try to end up with a low-end RB1 or high-end RB2?
George, what do you think?
Well, I don't know why you would shy away from Chris Carson this week. He gets the Raiders. The Raiders have allowed 100 yards in 4 of the last 5 games. We've seen Chris Thompson last week with 19 carries for 116 yards against the Rams, who was a significantly better defense than the Raiders. I would try Chris Carson out next week and probably the week after and the week after. I actually like Chris Carson. I don't think you've got a whole lot to worry about in that backfield. I think it's his backfield. Mike Davis has definitely passed Rashard Penny on the depth chart, and I think him and Davis work well together. Yep. But I think you're safe with Chris Carson there.
Agree with George here.
I think so. I was hoping Aaron Jones would pop off, but who knows how long that's going to be.
He could.
Give him time.
Give
him time. He will.
Sure.
You gotta let.
He's the number one. He's the number one, I believe, if I read correctly. He is the number one guy as far as breaking tackles. He's right up there, along with Smallwood's up there as well. I believe Smallwood's third. And some of the other top guys that belong up there are up there. But yeah, he's right there. I mean, given he doesn't have much workload, but I think it was like a 20 carry sample size. So anybody over 20 carries applied, it worked for it. But yeah, he's there. He just needs more work. So hold on.
I think, Green Bay will be a carousel. And for my response for Carson earlier, it was season long tough for me to trust one running back in that backfield. For this week, I think he's going to be fine for sure.
Yeah. I think I'm in a good position to be able to just kind of go week by week until I have some running backs that progress, like Kerryon Johnson and Aaron Jones.
I love Kerryon.
Yeah. Yep. I like both of those guys.
Yeah.
If you can win one of those pop.
Kerryon and Aaron Jones are in the same boat. They're both, logically speaking, you would think as the year continues to progress, they're going to get more and more touches and more involved in that offense because they're clearly the best 2 backs on those teams.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a little less clear just with how Green Bay is going to do things. But I do think that Kerryon Blunt does not worry me at all. Ty Montgomery and Jamal Williams combined, they kind of do worry me for Aaron Jones. But
Blunt just annoys me. That's what he does.
He's the vulture.
Yeah. He's not going away.
Yeah. I heard him and the coach are really good buddies. So and they also gave him a good paycheck. So.
Well, they're familiar with each other from New England as well. Blunt spent a couple of years in New England with them, so. There's the familiarity.
Speaking of which, how do you guys think the Sunday night's going to go?
Ooh, with Detroit, I think Detroit's on
Chiefs and the Patriots.
Chiefs on Patriots. I think this is going to be a shootout. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, it should be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
I'm praying because I took your guys' advice with Lev Bell. He was sitting on my bench. I went to the 4-0 guy, and I said, hey, you can sit on him. I can't. So I got Kareem Hunt. He got Bell, and I'm playing him this week. So I would love to kind of push it in his face a little bit.
Nice.
I think that'll work.
In Bell this week.
Safe to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
That's all I have for.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you. Good luck this week, Brian.
Yeah, thank you guys. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Thanks,
brother.
Do, man. That's all we do, and we do it for Rob, our buddy, chronic Lyme disease. He's struggling. He's trying to get better. So if you like what we do, we give you some good advice. We give you some good trade ideas, like we did with this gentleman. Some waivers targets during our other shows, or some start sits that work out for you. hey, help us out. Go to GoFundMe.com/RobJR. Throw a couple of bucks in the cause. It'll help us out. It'll help Rob out. And that's why we do the show. Okay, guys, refresh your Google Doc. I don't have any calls. Anybody listening who wants to call in, number's 256-56-SLEEP, 256-567-5337. I've got a couple of questions from the Mixler of people who are listening right now. I got a couple emails, a couple Facebook questions, and then a few from the channel. And, of course, the sack is nice and full. So take it away. I'll interrupt if I get any calls.
All right, let's hit the Mixler real quick with Black Mamba 24. Says, hey, guys, in a standard format, choose 2 running backs and a flex to start. Is Alshon, Ridley, Keelan Cole, Smallwood, Lindsey, Drake, and Miller. Who'd you go with here? 2 running backs and a flex. Alshon, Ridley, Keelan Cole, Smallwood, Lindsey, Drake, and Miller.
I think okay, I got Alshon.
Okay. So that's your flex.
Give me.
So now we need 2 running backs. Because he can only has one of those wide receivers.
I'm sorry, who are the other guys? So it's just Smallwood. I got Smallwood.
Smallwood, Lindsey, Drake, and Miller.
And Drake. Yep.
Okay, George, would you go any different there?
I'm definitely going to go with. Actually, I'm going to go Ridley over Alshon. I want anybody who's playing the against Tampa. I think Ridley's going to have a big game.
Sorry about that. Ridley is way higher in my rankings. Sorry, I don't know why I just glossed over him. Ridley's the first on my rankings, followed by the other 2. So leave off Drake.
Yeah, Ridley. I'm going to go Ridley, Smallwood, Drake.
Okay. Mike?
I'm going Ridley, Smallwood, and Lindsey.
I think that's the direction I would go to. I think I would lean Lindsey over Drake.
No love for Alshon, huh?
Well, he only can play one of the wide receivers.
I see. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Yep. So, yeah, I have Ridley over Alshon, too, then.
All right. Ricardo Banks says he traded away Jordan Howard and Jarvis Landry for Barkley and Godwin or Galladay, half PPR. Oh, looks like he can trade Jordan Howard and Jarvis for Barkley and Godwin or Galladay. I think
Galladay.
Yeah, I think I would do this, and I would go Barkley Galladay also.
I think that is going to be consensus.
Yep, I agree.
Even though I love Jarvis going forward. They have a really easy schedule, and Baker Mayfield's going to light it up. But I think you still win that trade because Barkley is hands down the best player in that trade.
And you can make a solid argument. Galladay's the second best player in the trade.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Landry's just going to be tough because there's nobody else to cover there. They're just going to double Landry, and I do love his schedule. Love it. I would love it a lot more if Rashard Higgins was healthy. Callaway, he needs work. They don't have anything else. Maybe if they add Rashard Matthews, sing a different tune.
I don't know. I think that Njoku's going to require more attention than what we realize, and they can start lining Duke Johnson up also and running 2 running back sets. Every single one of those running backs can catch.
If they do that, then great, because I do love Duke Johnson, and we were talking about him on the Monday show. They should. I mean, he was a top 10, top ball back in PPR just last year, so I don't know why Todd Haley's not using him, but
they should. Yep, they should get creative there and find ways to get Duke Johnson in with Carlos Hyde or Chubb. They need to have 2 running backs in.
Guys, I got a follow-up question from Black Mamba here. It's a trade advice idea. So I'm going to read you his team, his setup, and then what he's kind of help him see what he could get. So wide receivers, he's got Antonio Brown and Hopkins, Alshon, Ridley, and Cole. All right.
Solid.
Running backs, he's got Carrion, Lindsey, Drake, Lamar Miller, and Smallwood. He needs running back help. He's 1-4 in a 12-man standard. So he's looking to see, like, what kind of running back do you think he could target? And any names he could target, and who would he sell on his team? Like, would he do a package deal or a 1-to-1 or what?
I'm always a fan of a package deal, a 2-for-1, because there's usually something on the waiver wire that you can go pick up that really makes it like a 2-for-2 trade, but you're getting the best player in the deal. So it's that's kind of tough to say exactly what you could target with what you have, because it's really going to depend on the other people in your league and what those individual people are needing.
Well, let me ask you guys: are you, with the Fournette news and with the rumor that he's going to be out for a real long time, are you even targeting him anymore as a buy low? I mean, he's a real buy low right now, but I mean, is there a chance he misses the whole season?
It depends your record.
1-4.
Depends your record.
This guy's 1-4, so he really can't wait.
No, you can't. No, you have to get rid of him. You cannot wait. You just can't. Let somebody else. Possibly be a championship winner on someone else's team. They might shut him down. It could be, week 9. They're like, we're losing. We're going to just shut him down. There's no reason to rush him out there. Our season's lost. Let's just shut him down. So that's possible. So if you can get rid of him, get something for him, do it, and if you're listening and you have the same problem, but you're up, then you can take that gamble. Go ahead, do it. I'd do it as well if I have the winning record.
So out of these,
I think I would
go ahead.
I was going to say I would target someone like a Carlos Hyde and try to trade away Alshon and Miller.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was going to say. Out of the players he listed, who would you sell, and like kind of the range you would target? So you'd sell Alshon and Miller, try to get like a Hyde. Okay,
I would try to package up Alshon and Kerryon Johnson. And I would aim for a DJ.
Yeah, you could do that. DJ's a good buy right now, I think.
I would even say Kamara, but the problem with it is he's on a bye week, and that doesn't help you right now. And you're in the situation right now where you need help now. You can't wait another week,
right? Because
you don't want to go to 1-5. So I mean, if you want to risk it, Kamara's risky, but I think the upside. Listen, I think last week was an aberration. I don't think that's what we're going to see every week from Kamara. But if you want help right now, DJ would be my prime target.
Okay, all right. I think it's pretty good. Black Mamba, if you want more details or want to chat with us more, go to the website sleeperwire.com. Send us your questions through the website through free advice. We'll be able to spend a little bit more time with you.
All right. Onto the Facebook group here, we have Luis Fernandez. He says, Collins, Crowell's, Hines for his running back 2, full PPR. He needs 1. Dirty jobs?
I would say probably on this one, I think Hines. I think Hines is the guy for me right here. I think he's the guy I trust to be productive.
Yeah, I agree here. We've got him 15 in the PPR,
I like that a lot. George, any dissent here?
Nope.
Okay. I like it. Aaron Dunn says, start Clement Thursday against the Giants or wait to see if Freeman is out and start Coleman against the Bucks. PPR, thanks. So I think we know for sure that Freeman is indeed going to be out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I think Coleman's the go against the Bucks, right?
Yeah. Coleman either way. Even if Freeman was healthy, I think I'd still lean Coleman. But Freeman's out, so Coleman.
Yep.
Yep, I think we're all in agreement. He says he also has Chris Thompson here. So
Chris Thompson.
I think if Chris Thompson is healthy and is good to go after we get some results back on his ribs, Chris Thompson's the play, and then Coleman otherwise.
So you would, if Freeman sits, which we all pretty much assume he's going to, and it comes down to Thompson and Coleman, would you start Thompson over Coleman?
I would in the PPR.
I would as well.
See, I don't think I would. Not going up against the Bucks. I would play Coleman against the Bucks, especially if he's the starter.
Okay. I think they're both really solid plays in a PPR.
They both are very solid.
Aaron Dunn says, if you were 0-5 in Dynasty and had Zeke, how much would it take for you to trade him? Sony or Royce and MVS or Sutton and 2 number ones?
Sure. I mean, your season's gone. You're not coming back to make the playoffs. You're going to get 2 number ones. I guess you're losing. This is a dynasty, I guess. So you're losing Zeke. I like those other guys, though, that you're getting as well. So, sure. I would.
Yeah, I would do it for Sony, MVS, and the 2 ones.
Oh, it would be Sutton for me. It would be Sony and Sutton for me. But I think that I would do it. We could have a great debate, MVS versus Sutton. Dynasty style.
Chris, are you listening?
Yeah, as long as Rodgers is there, give me MVS.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want the guy tethered to Aaron Rodgers versus the guy tethered to Case Keenum.
Yep.
Well, I just also have Kumaro. If you guys have done any research.
Yeah.
I'm a Kumaro guy, so I think when he comes back second half of this season, he comes back off IR.
See, I wasn't sure how much that was like fun or if that was real. The Kumaro stuff. I thought everybody was kind of having fun.
Well, they put him on IR. He got hurt in the preseason, and he got put on IR, and they didn't cut him off their roster. So, to me, that meant that they really saw something that they liked there. Because if it was someone they were on the bubble with and then got hurt, probably he's not getting a spot. But that was just kind of my gut on it.
That's fair.
Can I jump in real quick?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Were you going to go to the email?
I was going to go from the channel.
Oh, I got 2 email. They're real short. This one I love. Derrick Henry got dropped. Yay! Finally. Welcome to the club. Feels good.
That's right.
I'm still sitting on him.
I'm sure he's very comfortable. I have Marlon Mack I could drop. Should I submit that claim? So this is Brit, and they want to know if they should drop Marlon Mack and pick up Derrick Henry.
No. Hell no.
Okay.
Hell to no. Hell to no.
Okay. Ian wrote in with the email. Okay, so it's a flex standard. Here are your choices: Drake, Smallwood, Chester Rogers, Chris Thompson.
Chris Thompson.
Chris Thompson.
There you go. All right.
If he's hurt, then I'd go probably Drake since it's standard.
Oh, it's standard. Okay.
Yeah, standard.
I didn't do standard rankings, but
okay. So standard: Drake, Smallwood,
Drake, I guess.
Chester Rogers, or Chris Thompson.
Yeah, probably Drake.
I'm still playing Chris Thompson in a standard if he plays, but if he doesn't play,
right? Yeah, still Chris Thompson if he plays, if he's healthy, just because he can score a couple times. So
okay, all right. On to the questions from the channel. Go ahead.
All right. V. Budam 21. Should I trade Kamara for Aaron Jones, Sony Michel, and John Brown? I need an upgrade a little at receiver and get a reliable back, or should I trade Gronk for John Brown and Evan Ingram? So I can
do either of those.
Yeah, I do like what John Brown's doing, but I'm not sure that he stays healthy all season. We know Evan Ingram's already not healthy. And the Kamara thing, you're overreacting right now. Although I do like Sony Michel. If you're going to but if you're trading away Kamara, you need a better wide receiver, right, George?
Way better.
Yeah, you can get so much more for Alvin Kamara right now than John Brown, Sony Michel, and Aaron Jones.
Yep. That sounds like people just trying to move pieces off of their bench.
Yeah, that literally that's what. Well, maybe Sony Michel is starting for somebody,
right?
But you're literally moving the number 1 running back right now for scraps.
Yeah, and Sony Michel was on your bench.
Yep.
So you're still moving bench pieces, even though he's in your starting lineup now.
Okay, JoeBot78 says Cooks for Allison. Who wins? Dirty Jobs?
I think Brandon Cooks, if that's who we're talking about, I think he definitely wins that.
I completely agree. Who's?
Agreed.
4
George?
for 4.
Bringing it in? Okay. Sandman25 says, would you drop Crabtree? If so, who would you drop him for? Kirk and Sutton are notable names. I'm not doing that.
No, I'd rather have Crabtree.
Yeah, I'd rather have the Crabs.
If I'm not, I just haven't seen anything from Crabtree yet that's inspired me. So if I have to make a move like that, if I'm feeling like I'm in the need, I'd go Kirk.
Ooh.
I think I like Kirk over Crabtree.
Ooh. Okay. All right. I think Fitz eventually comes back from this little hammy thing. I think that's been affecting him more than we realize. All right. Big Ron says, thinking about trading Julio Jones. I got an offer for David Johnson and Crabtree for Julio and Smallwood.
No, I'm good.
His wide receivers are Hopkins, Watkins, Amari Cooper, John Brown. Running backs are Michelle, Eckler, Chris Thompson, and Freeman.
I'm going to pass that up.
Yeah, I'm passing also.
Same. Yep, I'm sticking with what I got there.
All right. Des Nuts 954 said Galladay and Alfred Blue for Jordan Howard and John Ross. Who wins this?
Galladay side.
To me, this is basically Galladay for Jordan Howard.
Yeah, isn't John Ross injured?
The third string for Cincinnati, well behind Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this is like some sort of a dynasty league. That's the only reason I could see either John Ross or I can see Alfred Blue on some rosters, but John Ross shouldn't be on any 10 or 12 team roster at all.
Right.
Yeah, I think people got excited when John Ross hit that 60-yard bomb in the preseason, and they've just held on to him since.
The Amir Abdullah syndrome.
Yeah, that's right. He did have a big touchdown. What was it, last game that should have went to Tyler Boyd?
Yep.
Okay, but I would say if you need a running back and you're solid at wide receivers, take the Jordan Howard side of this. If you're needing wide receivers, take the Galladay side of this.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. Teggy 2332 says half point PPR, choose one. Latavius Murray, Duke Johnson, Juszczyk. George?
Duke Johnson for me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
I just said Duke Johnson for me.
Okay. I'm going to go Juszczyk.
Give me KJ.
I'm going to agree with you guys unless Dalvin Cook is not playing. Then give me Latavius Murray against the porous Arizona Cardinals. Second is choose another one. Smallwood, Clement, Eckler. Who's?
Smallwood.
I'm leaning Clement over Smallwood.
Oh, man. This is going to be rough.
I'm going to go Smallwood.
I'm going Eckler.
You're going Eckler,
Eckler.
So you said it's going to be rough.
He's the number 13 or 14 running back right now on the season.
Yeah, I mean,
that's with Melvin Gordon being there. Yeah, he's doing big. He's filling that Danny Woodhead role. Phillip Rivers loves throwing to that small, quick back with hands.
See, he's got a great floor. I just think that Smallwood has a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I'm trying to answer these questions, type them in to these guys. So what was the consensus on this one? Eckler's safest, Smallwood's highest.
Eckler's has the best floor, I believe. Okay. I don't know if there is, but I mean, the consensus, I believe, is Eckler is the safest play. I believe George and I like Smallwood for just upside, and Dirty Jobs is on Garbage Island with the Clement pick.
We're not sure where he's coming from with that one.
Yep.
I like
somebody's going to call in and say, man, I'm sure glad I listened to Dirty
Exactly.
Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. It's every week. So, we get them wrong sometimes.
Is not always a bad place. It's a place.
I'm gonna change my vote to Austin Eckler. Okay. Lucas convinced me. I'm gonna go with Eckler.
Go AE. Well, we're trying to abbreviate everybody's name.
Yeah, Lucas knows his stuff. He's convinced me a time or two. I promise.
Yeah, I looked up Eckler in my half point PPR to see what he's done so far this year, and he's only got one game in single digits, and that was the game against the Rams. Other than that, he's been double digits every game. So I'm going to go with Eckler.
He's just been sneaky good. He has sneaky good. Vander says, should I trade AB and Lynch for Barkley and Deshaun Jackson? I am heavy at wide receiver, but need running backs. So this is basically Antonio Brown and Lynch for Barkley.
Damn it.
Seems like a lot to me, but he's desperate for running back. What do you guys think?
I think if you can get a little bit better upgrade at wide receiver than Deshaun Jackson, you go ahead and do it.
I would almost be okay. Sorry, Antonio and Barkley just try to go straight up and keep Lynch if I'm hurting at running backs. That way I'm not losing Lynch. I mean, he's tearing.
Yep. I'm with Dirty Jobs right now with that. Love Lynch this year. Got him in a couple leagues because I was a little bit more believer in what they were doing with him. He's looked good. I mean, Lynch is just a monster. I mean, you got to roll with him.
I agree. I think that those two are really powerful, AB and Lynch. That's tough for me to get rid of them for Barkley. Let me see.
I don't mind the 2-for-1, but sometimes a straight up trade is the answer. And that's, to me, it's AB for Barkley. Just go straight up.
All right. So next we have Mick, NFL fan. He's caught in a running back dilemma. He has Zeke, Coleman, Dalvin Cook. Smallwood is on the waiver, and he's thinking about dropping Coleman for him. Good move, or it's pretty much the same as I got. My receivers are Cooper Kupp, Geronimo, MVS, Marvin Jones, T.Y. Hilton, with Trey Burton. This is in a standard league.
Standard.
I'm not dropping Tevin Coleman for Smallwood. I'm not doing it.
Same.
Well, Coleman's a starting running back right now until Freeman proves he can come back healthy.
Right.
And Smallwood, we all like Smallwood, but being that this is a standard league, I think Corey Clement has more value than Smallwood.
I mean, they both have a touchdown on the ground. So, I mean, it's just too early for us to, given, yes, Clement was the backup. I just think that what Smallwood has shown, and they drafted this guy. So, I mean, it's not to say that, Clement wasn't there, but I'm just saying that given what they've seen, Doug Peterson's seen over this time, I believe they can believe in Smallwood. I think common sense wants to say Coleman, but I don't know. My gut says Smallwood. Sorry.
Look, there's a couple little things here that's for me personally. I'm still not completely convinced that the Eagles are not going to now trade for another running back, such as a LaShawn McCoy.
If that happens, sure.
Right, but see, the thing is, something like that could happen, and so he's talking about doing this right now.
I got you.
And there's a few other running backs that could potentially go there. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if, like, a Carlos Hyde got traded that way. Chubb and Duke Johnson, I think, could be plenty behind Baker Mayfield. I love Hyde, but maybe they're looking to move him and get something in return. And on top of that, another guy, the entire first series for the Eagles this season went to a running back that none of us are talking about. It went to Darren Sproles, who's soon to be coming back. So this is really going to be a carousel coming forward. And Coleman could end up being the guy all season. We don't really know what's going on. Right.
So, I mean, given that I like Coleman, I just don't believe he hasn't done anything to where, I thought Coleman was going to have a better year at this point in the season. And I like what he's given, but I just thought he was going to do more. So I'm intrigued a little bit more with what Smallwood. I don't know. I have a feeling Smallwood is just going to, it could be wrong. I just, I've been wrong a couple times this year. Hogan, you let me down. Let me down, Hogan.
That's fair. Coleman has been pretty good this year, though. He hasn't been great. You're right, but in a standard league, he is an RB2. So maybe Wendell gives you a little bit of more upside here.
He's a safer play. Coleman's definitely a safer play.
MVS for Smallwood. I think Geronimo should be this week.
Yeah, I think
MVS is a Cobb play anyway, right? Or he covers for Cobb.
I agree. Drop MVS for someone if you're for Wendell if you're going to.
Yep.
Okay. OSU 496 says PPR. Would you trade Marshawn Lynch and Marlon Mack for Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray? Marshawn and Mack for Dalvin Cook and Lat Murray.
No, I don't think I would. Don't think I would. I think I'd rather keep what I have.
Same.
Mike? Okay.
Yep.
I do love me some Dalvin Cook. I think that he comes back strong.
Interested on the record too. But either way, no, I'd still rather have Lynch. I'd rather have Lynch.
I think your team's better with Lynch and Marlon Mack than it is with Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray.
I think that's true. I think that's fair. All right, now we're diving into the sack here. Dilly Dilly 21 says Hyde or Howard. Let's rapid fire a couple of these if we can. Hyde or Howard?
You guys go. Let me pull up my rankings.
It's Hyde for me.
Hyde for me.
Hyde for me.
Proving it this year.
I have Howard.
Okay, 3-1. Hyde versus Howard. Amore 1022. Jack Doyle, worth picking up? ? Not for me. What about you guys?
No, you can leave him in there. Pick up
Not the way.
Go ahead, George.
No, I was going to say not the way Ebron's playing. No.
I would pick up Swoop though.
I think he was getting a lot of targets when he was in the game. I think he's worth a pickup, especially if you're weak at tight end.
Boo. There's better ones out there. Go get Brait.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. If Brait shouldn't be available if you got a fantasy football league, though.
Okay. God bless Kamara wants to know who to start for his RB2 half-point PPR. Choices are Lamar Miller, Tevin Coleman, Alfred Morris, Nyheim Hines. Dirty jobs?
It's going to be another Nyheim Hines for me.
Who's?
Yeah. Gonna go Hines.
Okay. George, are we in agreement here? Nyheim Hines?
I'm going to go Tevin Coleman if Freeman's out. If Freeman plays, then I'll go Nyheim Hines.
Okay. I think we're split. I think I would go Coleman also. I like Nyheim Hines a ton. With it being a half point rather than a full point, that's what made the difference there for me. So Coleman and Hines are very close from us. Dilly Dilly 21 says pick up Reed over Cook. What?
No.
We're talking about the number one tight end right now, right?
I mean, he might have dropped to 2, but still, he's top 3.
That's right. Ride the hot hand. No, Reed did not look good this week to me.
Yeah, I don't know. He might be hurt. He looked like he was just a decoy out there, kind of. So weird.
Double J says Smallwood value this Thursday now that Clement is confirmed active. Who's?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that here. Yeah,
what's the value for Smallwood with Clement being active for this game?
Oh, the value of him.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? What's the value of him?
Like, what kind of points? What kind of points do you think he's going to put up this week?
I think he does about 15 points.
Ooh, okay, 15 points.
Is that aggressive?
Yeah,
it feels aggressive for a Thursday night game against the Giants. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's
on the field too. I think I have him under 10 myself.
Yeah. For me, that whole situation is a wait and see. I wouldn't want to start anybody from the Eagles' backfield on Thursday night.
Uh-oh.
What the heck is going on?
You hear that?
What's going on?
Yes, we can.
We got a trade alert. Trade alert. All right, Ricardo Banks listening on the Mixler, one of the faithful followers on the Mixler. Should I trade Kupp for Brown, even being the Bell owner? Half point PPR. Keep getting offers for Kupp. So it sounds like people are really trying to get Kupp from him right now. Is this straight, Ricardo? If you're listening, is this Kupp for Antonio Brown? because I would say yeah.
You're mulling this?
I would say
Why are
yeah.
you mulling this?
I think because he's the Bell owner, but why? Well, I don't think that even falls.
Just take
Shouldn't
it
matter.
and run, please. Take it and run.
Yeah, all right. Sorry, maybe I was a little premature on the alarm there. I didn't read the whole thing. So
you wanted to push buttons.
If it's John Brown, I would not. I don't think.
No.
He said it is Antonio Brown.
Yes.
Trade Cup for Antonio Brown right now. Put your phone down. Don't log off the Mixler app. We want you to keep listening, but hit the little back button on your phone. Go to the trade, submit it, and call him and be like, "Hey, I just sent you that trade, man. I don't feel comfortable doing it. I'm a little leery. Juju looks fantastic, but I'm willing to do this."
Yeah, that's exactly it. Word for word. Let us know how it goes. So next on the sack here, Sleepy says, will Mike Williams' value go up? I'm thinking of dropping him or K. Cole for Clement, Gabriel, or Russell Wilson.
I mean, Russell Wilson. Why is Russell Wilson out there? Russell Wilson starts slow. This is what he does. Doug Baldwin's going to be fine. I'd go get Russell Wilson and try to flip him.
Same.
Now that's the tough thing right now is quarterbacks are strong this year. So pretty much everyone has a strong quarterback. You may be able to flip him, but my assumption is that the reason he's there is that someone's tried. But
I mean, probably before his last game, right? Because before that he was dreadful. Last game bounced back somewhat. Now he wasn't exactly what you drafted, but he showed some, semblance of, hey, I'm Russell Wilson. Doug Baldwin's going to get healthier each week. Tyler Lockett looks good. The running backs look good. It's a terrible line, but Russell Wilson's going to get it done. I think I'd like Russell Wilson package another player up and get something else,
Seattle does it every single year. They give us the first, and then all of a sudden they're a playoff Super Bowl contending team, and that's because of Russell Wilson. I mean, I think I'm good with dropping. I'd drop Keelan Cole, not Mike Williams, and grab Russell Wilson. And I'm okay stashing him and wait until he starts playing again. Like I like subbing in quarterbacks. Doing the whole streaming thing hasn't really worked out for me lately. I'm thinking that everybody's streaming, and so now you're in this whole waiver battle. So I've been enjoying having a nice, good guy on my bench that I can just sub in.
All right. Next we got Dilly 21. What was that, Mike?
No, that was somebody's feedback coming through the Mixler app.
Sorry, that was Twitter. I was curious what that Twitter thing was. So,
all right. So next
we live in the corner. We live in the corner. Go to Twitter.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We're there.
Dilly 21 says, "I have Gordon and Edelman. Should I keep both or trade one?" I'm assuming this is Josh Gordon and Edelman. I think that you need to trade. I think you need to trade one, right? Edelman's the guy to own going forward, but I think that you can get something out of Gordon. What kind of value could he get for Gordon, guys?
You're going to have to ask George here. He's not. I'm not, the biggest.
Bell or a Todd Gurley. That's
No. You want both Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley for Josh Gordon,
and future picks attached too. If this is the dynasty.
Honestly, I'm perfectly okay with holding both of them. To be honest, I don't think you have to trade either of them. I mean, Tom Brady can sustain two top tier wide receivers. We've seen him. We've seen him chuck the ball around before. It's not like he can't. You never know how healthy Gronk is ever going to be. It's like having a good problem. You've got Juju and AB. I mean, do you have to trade one of them? No, not really. You've got two of the Rams wide receivers. Do you have to trade one of them? No. You got Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. Do you have to trade one of them? No. I think you're fine having two what I would consider wide receiver twos from the same team. I think you're perfectly fine.
All right. I don't disagree with that. I think you can ride them both with Tom Brady and see what happens. And then you can always just put out that they're on the block or that one of them's on the block and see what kind of offers that you get and bring your offers back to us. Hildy Mac says, PPR, drop, looks like Goodwin here. Drop Goodwin for Shepard, Godwin, Crowder, Callaway, or Sanu. Hoos, what do you think there? It's got to be Shepard or Godwin if you're going to, right?
Yeah, give me Shepard.
Shepard for me, too. George?
Yeah, Shepard for sure.
Yeah.
Bringing it around to the 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Hey, Skyfish.
Yek
Just joined her live.
Oh, okay.
Up,
Yek Namgod. Carrying Allen and Collins from the Ravens. Been running Collins as needed. Mixon and Freeman injuries, but now all healthy. I'm happy with everyone else, but want some flexibility heading into the bye week. Also like the idea of cursing my opponents with getting stuck with the wrong Ravens running back. Should I drop both? Who's? I'm not dropping either.
Oh, Trojan horse? Nah. I don't know about dropping both. You're going to help them with one of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely be trying to trade one. I'm not dropping either.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm not dropping either one. I'd be more than happy to trade them both for something.
Yeah, you have to give us a little more specifics here. They're definitely too good to drop, assuming that you're not in like an 8-team league. Because I think that's about the only way that I'm dropping that. Mike, do you have anything else to add here?
No, I completely agree. I mean, they've looked bad, and it's looked like a split, and this is even like a really bad matchup for them this week. But I've got to hold on. I've got to hold on to hope that these guys are going to actually turn it around and start playing football. I think they've got to start really leaning Collins' way if they're going to want to be successful.
Okay. So Cap DC says, should I drop Mike Williams to pick up Antonio Callaway?
You gotta stop.
No.
You gotta take that damn horn from him.
No.
He's having too much fun.
It's a real trade.
It's not a trade alert. It's a minimal impact alert. Very good listener
Minimal.
here. Yeah, I want to get this guy in on the Mixler here. So he wants to know, Burton or Njoku, rest of season, standard?
Ooh, I'm going to Njoku.
Going Njoku.
I'm going Njoku.
4 for 4.
Ha! I told you. I already told him everyone was going to say Njoku.
He didn't believe, huh? Love Burton's talent. Not a fan of Trubisky.
Yeah, too many mouths to feed there.
All right. So, Mike Williams or Antonio Callaway, if you had to have one on your team?
Give me Williams.
George?
Yeah, give me Callaway. Sorry.
Ooh, Mike. I knew you were going Callaway here, so I wanted to set that up.
I was going Callaway as well.
Really?
Okay. It's Mike Williams for me. Yeah. I think Callaway can't hold on to the ball, and Mike Williams is a stud.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Okay, so 2 for 2 here, Cap DC.
Should we sound the alarm and bring Steve in to break the tie?
Maybe we should. Steve, be our tiebreaker here.
Well, I'm sorry, what was the question? Callaway or Mike Williams?
Or Antonio Callaway?
Mike Williams. I don't think Antonio Callaway is very good at catching the football.
No.
Hey, all right. Mike Williams it is. NOK says Smallwood or Drake at running back. We're assuming for this week. I'm going Drake because I want to see how this Eagles backfield shapes up. Hoos, do you disagree or do you want Smallwood out there right now? Hoos, did I lose you?
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
I'm not Hoos. I'm paying attention. I'll go with Drake as well.
I had myself on mute. Yeah, give me some Smallwood. Sorry.
We're gonna let Okay, 3v1. We knew who Hoos was going with here. The rest of us that are being rational human.
Hey, is this PPR or standard though?
He's not saying
PPR.
He's not saying it.
Your guys are saying this because it's a standard. You believe it's standard.
I think I would take.
Otherwise,
Drake.
you're all bad at fantasy football.
I think I would take Drake either way. I'm making notes here, and we're going to talk about this. I've been making notes on these different calls we're making. So, Zero to Hero says trade targets moving forward for James Conner. Worth it for Dalvin Cook, Fournette, etc. Trade targets for moving James Conner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can trade James Conner for a Dalvin Cook, I would absolutely do that. But I don't know who is going to be crazy enough to trade Dalvin Cook away to get one game of James Conner before he's on the bench sitting behind Le'Veon Bell for the rest of the season.
Yeah, your time to do that. You had a small window when people thought that he might get traded.
It was right when the trade news came. Yeah, it was right when the possible trade news came.
Window. If you didn't jump, it's over, buddy. Sorry, it's over. You're not gonna get much. Yeah, I guess just hold on. I mean, at this point, and hope that something bad happens to Bell.
Well,
I hope nothing bad
right
happens,
here. He said that he got offered Dalvin Cook for James Conner, and then he says he's sweating the decision. Why are you sweating that decision?
No, take that. Yeah, if you got that, take it.
Yeah. For the love of God, take that right now.
And
do not worry about it.
There's another guy just posted a question in our channel. Should I trade Connor for Fournette? I'm a Bell owner and in first place.
No, I would not do that. Because
Connor?
you have the Steelers. You're in first place. You're doing fine right now. Keep that backfield locked up just in case anything were to happen or the unforeseeable, Bell doesn't come back, something crazy happens. Go ahead and keep that locked up and keep riding with what you're doing.
See, in that instance, I take it because he's got so much. He's guaranteed playoffs right now. Even if he doesn't come back and James Conner's Bell comes, you lose in the same thing. Basically, you lose RB1. If Fournette doesn't come back, and if Bell comes back, you lose RB1. So if Fournette does come back, they're able to win games, and Fournette comes back week 9, 10, or 11, whatever, playoffs. You like that?
Yeah, I like a little bit more of the security here, but that's more based on the off chance that Bell doesn't come back, and then we keep seeing Fournette injured off and on all season.
Yeah, see the Hitman enjoying this?
Do it. I mean,
Mike the Hitman, right? See that right?
Hey, we're in the bag here. Keep focused. Let's go.
Sorry, I'm looking at the viewers and seeing quite a few people join us.
So that's why you're not listening here.
So okay. I need a straight answer. So you guys give me two different answers on this guy. Trade Connor for Fournette or no?
No, not for Fournette. If he's got an offer for Dalvin Cook, trade Connor right now. Different
guy.
I take it.
Oh my God.
So Hoos likes it. He likes the upset of having both Bell and Fournette, which I don't dislike that, but this guy's in first. He's in first. He's doing something right. Keep that backfield locked up.
All right. I'll type it all out. Thank you very much for the 5 minutes of extra work I have to do. Hey guys, if you're tuning in, if you're just tuning into the show and you have fantasy questions, we're live. You can call the hotline right now. You get priority when you call in. Get your question answered. 256-56-SLEEP. 256-567-5337. 256-56-SLEEP. Call in now.
All right. We're in the bag. We're within the bag, rather. Pick 2.5 point. You may choose more than one option. Jarvis, Edelman, Jordan Howard. Half-point PPR, Hoos.
Jarvis, Edelman, Jordan Howard. Give me Howard.
Ooh, okay.
George? I'm gonna go Jarvis and Edelman because you said pick 2.
I'm completely on board with you. I love Jarvis going forward. Absolutely love Jarvis Landry going forward, and I think Edelman's going to be huge also.
Yep, I'm on Jarvis and Edelman as well.
All right. Goodwrench12 said, what do you do with Jordan Howard rest of season? Was offered Keenan Allen for him.
You trade him for Keenan Allen.
I agree, especially if you're deep at running back.
Yep.
If you're deep at running back. If you're not deep at running back, I don't think I'd make this trade. I think Jordan Howard will pull it out. He'll turn it around. Tariq Cohen starting to get involved. The one thing people are forgetting is that we've been watching some good summertime football. Monday night in Green Bay, it's going to be about 40 degrees. It's going to be colder at nighttime. I think we're going to start seeing the day of the running back start creeping up on us. So I think Jordan Howard's worth a good hold on. Hold on to him. He'll be all right.
Yeah, but I assume that he's not asking us to do a running back for wide receiver trade unless he needs wide receiver. And so in terms of that value, Keenan Allen is great value for Jordan Howard.
I agree with that.
It's capitalizing on someone being down on Keenan Allen, which I think that he rebounds.
As long as it's not because you're down on Jordan Howard.
That's fair. Smooth 006 says, non-PPR, should I drop Keenan Allen to pick up any of these players? Callaway, Jamal Williams, Barber, Ronald Jones, Latavius Murray, Baker, Mayfield.
Keenan Allen? You want to drop Keenan Allen to pick up these guys?
No, it's should drop Keelan Cole.
Yeah, Keelan Cole.
Oh, yeah. Keelan Cole.
Keelan Cole.
Yeah.
Maybe Ronald Jones. I actually kind of starting to like what I'm seeing out of that guy. He's starting to get a little bit of productivity. With Jameis Winston coming out there, they might actually start trying to establish a run game. But I still think I like Keelan Cole just a hair more.
Yeah, I'm holding.
Yeah, I'm holding also. Have some faith in Keelan Cole.
He still saw 10 targets.
I'm holding as well.
He is getting close to that point that I'm getting a little nervous, though. But that's more on Blake Bortles than it is on Keelan Cole. Keelan Cole looks fine to me. It's to one. Standard League. Alshon Jeffrey, John Brown, or Sterling Shepard. Let's assume he just means for this week.
This week, you guys go. I'm going to look at my ranks.
I'm not sitting Sterling Shepard while Evan Ingram's out. I'm just not going to do it. Even though I like Alshon, I'm not sitting Sterling Shepard right now.
I'm going with Shepard as well.
My rankings have Alshon ahead, but John Brown's right there, and then Sterling is 2 spots behind. So I guess go Alshon.
Okay, so we have 3 for Sterling and 1 for Alshon. And you took into account that Evan Ingram was out, right, when you made these rankings?
Actually, you know what? I took Evan Ingram out of my rankings today, and I don't think I adjusted my wide receiver ranking. So thanks for mentioning that. I'm actually going to move him up right now.
All right, Sterling Shepard, have all 4 of us. Another league. Okay, same guy, another league. He needs 2. Doug Baldwin, Corey Davis, Tyler Boyd, Dante Moncrief, or MVS. Needs a flex between any wide receiver not picked above or Aaron Jones and Alfred Blue. Need a flex between any wide receiver not picked above. Okay, so he needs 3 of these, 2 wide receivers and a flex. They could be 3 wide receivers.
I'm going to go Doug Baldwin, Tyler Boyd, and I'm going to go Aaron Jones.
I agree.
Give me the wide receivers.
Baldwin, Corey Davis, Tyler Boyd, Moncrief, and MVS.
Moncrief, Baldwin, and Boyd.
Okay.
And I'm going with Baldwin, Davis, and Jones, so that probably didn't help you at all.
Davis.
Yeah, so it sounds like Baldwin for sure, Tyler Boyd for sure, and then I think Aaron Jones got the 3rd most votes.
Man, I'm high on Boyd this week.
You should be. Tyler Boyd's a stud.
Yeah.
He's an absolute stud.
I got him 16.
That's my new sound effect.
Timing on that. I wasn't ready for it.
That's my Mixler. I got a Mixler questions. So we got 2 real quick. D Bishop, where is he at? D Bishop 1476 was offered Dalvin Cook for either Hyde or Lynch, full PPR.
Say that one more time.
So somebody offered him Dalvin Cook for either Hyde or Marshawn Lynch, full PPR. You selling either one of them for Dalvin Cook?
Ooh, that's tough. If it in a full point PPR, it would be Marshawn Lynch for me. But I think that I'm probably just going to hold. No, actually, I would. I would trade Marshawn Lynch away for Dalvin Cook because I think we may see one more game where Dalvin Cook sits. But Dalvin Cook, he's a league winner. He's a league winner for people that end up getting him for the playoffs.
I need him to be healthy. He hasn't been healthy, and I don't know if he's going to be healthy this season. So that's my problem with Dalvin. Even though I love the talent, if they just sat him out for a long time until he got healthy, I'd be fine with it, but I don't think that they're going to do that. I just feel like they're going to rush him back.
I'm going to trade him for Dalvin Cook. Him being Lynch.
All right.
I got Crazy Canuck 2017. This guy's in my is he in my Pro-Am? I think he's in my Pro-Am league. What do I do with Lamar Miller and Alfred Blue this week? PPR.
Miller's going to start, so start Miller.
Yeah,
I'm not starting either. I'm not starting either.
I wouldn't.
Drop Blue, pick up and pick up Foreman.
Yeah, that is good. Drop Blue, pick up Foreman.
I like that. I assume Foreman's owned. He's owned in every single league that I'm in.
Why? He's on waivers in so many leagues, in mine at least.
Yeah, same here. He's available in almost every single one of my leagues too.
Why is this? Why,
I just picked him
I
up.
don't know. I can't explain to you why. I mean, I don't think he should be there either, but he is. I mean, I think the people are believing that Lamar Miller's going to still, I don't know, because maybe they're paying him and Blue looks okay. I don't know. Maybe they're just think that he's not healthy. His rehab has been phenomenal from what I've heard. So I think he comes back and just runs hard and just really turns head and really makes that offense click. So
Lamar Miller has looked like garbage this entire season.
Yep. Yes.
Blue looked mediocre, but looked much better than Lamar Miller did. Now, Blue wasn't that great. He wasn't that efficient running, but he was able to catch the ball and do something with it, which helped open up everything else a little bit. And against the Dallas defense, which was really good.
Yep.
So for me, I'm not playing Lamar Miller again this season, period. He is. I didn't roster him at all, but I am for sure not putting him in a lineup. I'm finding somebody else. I think that they split touches this week because Lamar Miller doesn't do anything early, and then Blue gets in and does something. So
trade him basically if you can, whatever you could get.
Yeah, try to trade Miller. See what you could do. Crazy Canuck part 2 question. Two-part question. Start 2 in PPR. All right. Josh Gordon, Robbie Anderson, Keelan Cole, Mike Williams, Geronimo Allison. I need 2.
Allison for sure playing this week. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
So I think Geronimo has to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
And probably
say it.
I know you want me to say Gordon so bad.
Say it.
I'm going to say Gordon just because I think this is going to be such a high-scoring affair against Kansas City.
Yes. That is correct. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I called it last week. I said Josh Gordon will score a touchdown on Thursday Night Football, and like the man that he is, he went out and did just that.
Just to make sure you weren't wrong, he went out and called it.
I called him. I texted him. I said it was halftime. I said, "Josh, man, I need this touchdown."
Make me look bad.
He came
Let me look bad for the boys. Come on.
But his playing time is increasing every game. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Josh Gordon's a high ceiling play, but his high ceiling is so freaking high that he's got to be the other one you got to play.
Yeah, I probably would have said Keelan Cole if he wasn't playing my boys, the Cowboys, and that elite defense they have going on there.
So who are these options again? Because we were talking Josh Gordon.
Gordon, Robbie Anderson, Keelan Cole, Mike Williams, Geronimo Allison.
Allison and Gordon.
See?
Allison,
come on.
Welcome to the dark side.
I'm not proud of that.
Let's see. Wait, we got a tight end question here. Come on. Black Mama 24 is back on the show. Drop Olsen or Keelan Cole for Freeman, or keep them. His other tight end is Cameron Brate.
Which Freeman is on the wire, right?
I'm sorry, Foreman.
It's Foreman.
Yeah, Foreman.
Okay, so drop Olsen or who?
Or Keelan Cole, or just keep him. Like, he's asking his foreman worth the stash.
I'm keeping those two.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll wait it out. He's not expected back till early November anyways. You got some time.
You got a couple weeks.
Unless you have an IR spot.
Just unless you have an IR spot, then yeah, grab him now and IR the boy.
Oh, look who's
Anything
here.
else, Steve?
No. Don't. Wilson's just talking some trash. Wilson's just talking some trash on the Mixler, so I'll let that go. Let him get himself in trouble.
Yeah, there we go. Come on, Wilson. So Coco Pack says pick 2: Demaryius Thomas, Mike Williams, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, Kiki Cootie, Corey Davis, or Crabtree. PPR. Pick 2. Pick 2. George, you got 2 here.
Well, Cooper Kupp is going to be an auto start for me. He shouldn't even be on the list. It should be pick 1 from this group. The other one, I'm going to go. God, I love Kiki Cootie's name, but I'm not picking him. I'm going to go probably Demaryius Thomas.
Okay. I think, as much as I hate to say it, I think I'm going to go Allen Robinson. Just because Trubisky doesn't know how to throw to anyone else. So even if he only puts up 50 yards, he's going to have 9 catches.
He knows how to throw.
I'm worried about him. I'm worried about him playing against Miami's secondary, and that's something I've never said before. It's been the last time I said I told anybody I'm worried about Miami's secondary. We had Sam Madison and I'm going way back. I can't even remember the other cornerback's name. We had 2 elite cornerbacks. But the Miami secondary is really, really, really good. So I'm shying away from Allen Robinson this week.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with George here, 100%.
I'm going with Kiki Kuti and Cooper Kupp because that Denver defense is just letting people have it.
Now, one thing to monitor is Kiki did end up on the Wednesday injury report for whatever that means. Monitor that and make sure that he's off it by Friday. And I'm not upset with that Kiki play whatsoever because I think he's a lot more talented than Will Fuller. Yes, sir, you heard it here. Will Fuller's really not that good, but he looks good with.
I don't say he's not that good, but you know,
I'm just saying.
I think QT it is hot. It's hot. I don't know if I want to touch it. You know, got to back off a little bit, but you know, QT. I do love QT. I love the talent, so I don't mind going him here. I just think that DT is a little safer.
I think. Okay. All right. DT's had what? 1 good game though?
It's 1?
I'm just saying. I love me some DT, but Case Keenum, that boy scares me a little bit, and he likes to throw to my boy Emmanuel Sanders.
I mean, he had a touchdown week 1. He had 18 in the PPR. Week 2, he did it 6.8. Week 3 against Baltimore, he had 11.3. Week 4, he did it 6.4. And week 5, 100 yards, touchdown, 21.5. Not bad.
All right, so let's move on here. Sorry. Had my mic muted there for a second and was talking to myself. Mindless Monk says, so if asked again if Kirk is a better option than Fitzgerald now, would I get laughed off again?
Oh, we could burn. Mindless Monk. You can't fault us for saying that Larry Fitzgerald's going to come back. Who saw that Christian Kirk guy coming out there and doing that? And Larry Fitzgerald getting a little banged up. So I still think Fitzgerald's going to be the play, but man, that Christian Kirk, he looks good.
If I remember correctly, you were asking, was this the question that he asked who was going to be the better all-time Christian Kirk?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was listening to that.
That made me scratch the heck out of my head. That's what was making me laugh here. And
why were you guys spending so much time entertaining that question? I know you guys were just being nice, but come on, Fitz is Fitz.
Look, we're here having a good time, okay? That's what we're doing. And so I am still going to continue laughing at that. Fitzgerald is hurt. Fitzgerald is hurt. It's not even close. Fitzgerald is the man.
He's not a legend. Kirk is not a legend.
This is Larry. This is Larry
Legend.
And you know, Kirk has done okay, but what is he getting? 4 or 5 targets a game right now?
No, we're putting Christian Kirk in the Hall of Fame right now. Shut it down.
Yeah, might as well.
The Hall of Fame. I think not.
Just based off the name.
He's got a cool name. I do love his name.
Yeah, I mean, Christian Kirk, he put up a good stat line in terms of overall points, but the dude was 3 of 4 for 85 yards and a touch. So let's not get too hot here. The guy had 1 target per quarter that he was in. We're not stopping the presses.
Guys, sleepers, I got to go. You guys kill the rest of the show. Sleepers, good luck this week. You're going to win a bunch of games, and you're going to win championships at the end of the season. Talk to you next week.
All right, Hoos. Good to have you on. All right, we'll run through the rest of this now. Dim boys, how's my lineup? His QB is Deshaun. He has McCoy and Howard. He's flexing Lynch. Then he has Kenny Galladay, John Brown, Brates, Carolina, and Gano. I mean, I think it's a pretty decent lineup. His bench is Nyheim Hines. He's running Allison, Lindsey, Marvin Jones, who is on bye. So really, he's wanting to know if we could put anyone else in. I mean, isn't Kenny Galladay on? I think you have to bench Kenny since he's on bye this week. So let's go ahead and snag. I got to go Geronimo. I got to go Geronimo until we see more out of Baldwin and his running backs. He's looking at McCoy, Howard, and Lynch. Would we bench any of them for Lindsey or Nyheim Hines is the question.
I think I'd bench Howard for Hines until I see something further.
I'm not going to bench Howard going against Miami defense. Miami's got a great secondary. Our front four and our linebackers are terrible.
Yeah, and honestly, Lindsey, I think he's wide receiver or running back rather, and he's a little bit lower right now. What people have to remember is we only have a 5-game sample, and he got 2 points for the game that he was ejected from. So if we were to extrapolate and just give him his low, which is like 11 points or 10 points, he would be right up there in the RB1, RB2 mix at around 13. So I wouldn't be upset if you wanted to get Lindsey in that lineup somewhere. But I think that I would stay put with what you have.
Yeah.
So Aruba, pick 2. McCoy, Fuller, Clement, Godwin, and Mike Williams. He has Smallwood on the waivers. He would need to drop one of them to get him. I think that you have people that would have been on this show that would have said to drop Clement for Smallwood. But what do you guys think here?
I feel like Godwin's droppable, but I don't think I want him if I already have Clement. I think I'm happy with Clement. I think he can be the guy for that position. For me, the 2 I'm still gonna pick is probably gonna be McCoy and Fuller.
I'm sitting pat with what I got. I'm not dropping any of those guys for Smallwood. And for the pick 2, I'm going to go with Godwin, and I'm going to go with Fuller.
Okay. I think I'm going to go McCoy and Fuller. I do really like Godwin with Jameis, but I kind of want to see a game of it, even though this really is a good matchup. So now I'm kind of talking myself out of it. Wow.
I've got a bust on McCoy this week, to be honest. He's got one good game. He's facing the Houston defense. They've allowed 1 rushing touchdown all season. They're really good against running backs. It's a matchup base for me. I'm not expecting a whole lot out of LeSean McCoy this week.
Okay, I'm on board with that. It's just tough for me to bench McCoy in any game, regardless of the defense, if I think he's going to get 15 plus touches, just purely based on his talent. So that's the only thing that's giving me pause. But I wouldn't be upset with a Fuller and Godwin combo here. Sandman25 says start Enunwa or Sanu in a standard league. George?
I'm going to go with Sanu based on the matchup. Like I said, I want that Arizona and that Tampa game, or not Arizona, I'm sorry, the Atlanta and Tampa game. I expect it to be a very high-scoring game because neither defense can stop the other team.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm also with you here until we know a little bit more about what's going on with Enunwa's hand. If he's still wearing that cast or that brace that he's not able to catch a ball with, then he's going to sit on my bench for a minute. But we'll know a little bit more about that in the next couple of days. Mike?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think until I see something more about Enunwa's hand, I'm going Sanu here.
Okay. He also says, if trading Devontae Adams plus a minor piece, maybe Crabtree, is it worth it for OBJ? I think so.
I think I'd rather have Adams.
I think I would too. I think that's too much of a lateral move for me. I think Adams and OBJ are kind of in the same wide receiver one conversation. So I think I'm happier with Adams. Give me the guy who has Aaron Rodgers, not Eli Manning.
Yeah, I think that we see OBJ pick it up going forward here. I expect the Giants to be a little bit better in the second 2/3 of this season. Give me OBJ.
Do you think he's gunning for Eli Manning's job?
OBJ, I mean, he was the best passer on the field last week. So, no, it's tough for me to trade away Devontae Adams, but OBJ is one of the players that I would do it for in terms of a wide receiver. I would still be targeting Hopkins. Watson started to look better for me, and I think that as the season progresses, those two will pick it up. Okay, so we have Gono Pagano here. He says, trade Edelman for Lynch. Full point PPR. Running backs are Zeke, Kerryon, Royce, Latavius Murray, and Blue. So he really needs some help here. Wide receivers are Thielen, Sanders, Fuller, and Cootie. I think I would do this. He's getting Lynch for Edelman. His running backs are pretty suspect right now. He has Zeke and Kerryon, and that's really the only thing that he has that's playable, so he really needs that depth.
Yeah, I would definitely do that deal. He's hurting.
I would maybe try to see if I could make it a Kuti Fuller, one of those guys for Lynch, but just because Lynch just seems to be a guy that doesn't have that name value, and maybe but I mean, if you have to go Edelman, then I'm still good with that. I just don't like having both Fuller and Kuti on my team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that Lynch has quite a bit of value, honestly. I think that most people aren't looking to trade him. People know that through 5 games what he's been producing for them. So,
yeah, if you're a Lynch owner, you know. If you're not the Lynch owner, you probably don't know.
Yeah, so fair enough. Just like I said, you're getting left with Fuller and Kuti. That's what I don't like.
I'm okay with it. I really am, because he still has Thielen and Sanders. So, and the way that it's going right now, either Fuller or Cooties, one of the two is probably going to be injured every single week. So you just get whichever one is healthy. I'm okay with that.
Got a couple Mixler questions I want to sneak in real quick here. You like that, don't you, Dirty Jobs?
I love the horn, man. I love it.
So Captain Curtis, Watson or Winston for quarterback this week?
Ooh, I'm going Watson.
I'll go Winston.
I'm also going Winston. Is it just me, or is Buffalo just shutting everybody down? It doesn't matter who they're playing. They're not scoring and they're not winning, but they're shutting people down. So I'm loving that matchup at Atlanta.
Okay, so you have 2 for Winston and 1 for Watson. It's going on my little notebook here.
We got Ricardo Banks still listening, still asking questions. Love it. So he's got, let's see, he's got Burton as his tight end, and he could drop Godwin for Brait in a full PPR. What do you think?
I think I would drop Burton and pick up Brait right now and keep Godwin.
I think that's what I would do also.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I would lose Godwin and I would get Brait, and that way I have Burton and hopefully you can flex your tight end too, because that's a good play as well. I just don't see Godwin having much of a future on that team with Winston.
But see, honestly, Godwin's the one that has looked good to me with Winston, and Mike Evans is usually the one that falls off. So I'm not going to get rid of Godwin until I see a couple game sample size of who Winston is throwing to, and I think it's going to be Brait and Godwin are the 2 guys that are getting the targets.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, any more for us, Steve?
That's all I got.
Lucas.
Nope, that's all I got. Phone lines are completely dead, guys. If you want to get any last-minute calls in, 256-56-SLEEP, 256-567-5337.
Okay, Sandman25 wants to know if he should trade his Royce for Shady. I would do that. George?
I own both of these guys. It's painful. It hurts. But I would probably trade Royce Freeman for Shady McCoy.
I've been trying to make this trade all day, and I keep getting rejected. So, yes, I would do it.
Silo Status says he's looking for a flex. Josh Gordon, Cohen, Keelan Cole, or Drake half point. I think I know where George is going here.
High upside.
George?
Although I don't listen, I don't hate Tariq Cohen though. It would come down to those two. Either Cohen or Gordon. I like them both this week.
I like Cohen here. I like Cohen.
Okay, so you like Cohen against Miami. You think he's going to get enough reps to do something.
Yeah, I like the running backs against Miami. I'm not a big fan of the receiving core going against Miami, but I do like the ability and what Miami gives up to their running backs.
I'm still a little bit hesitant on the week to week with Cohen because he really hasn't shown that he's doing it every week and being an integral part of that offense. So that makes me a little bit nervous. I want to say Drake, but also they're going against Chicago, so that's tough. I'm okay with Cohen, but honestly, I think I would go Gordon. I think that I would go Gordon just because I want a part of that game. I want a part of that game. So think that I'm going to play a high upside guy like Gordon in that game rather than take something like the Miami-Chicago game that is probably going to be tough to watch.
Yeah, that game is going to be brutal. I'll be watching, though.
Okay, so next we have Ligma Dixon. Ligma Dixon. Flex 2, PPR. He's looking at Chris Carson, Doug Baldwin, Chris Thompson, Kiki Cootie, Geronimo Allison, and Jordy Nelson.
I'm going to go the two running backs, Chris Carson and Chris Thompson.
This is really tough for me. Because I don't want to say this out loud, but it's something I've been actually thinking with a
You're going to say Jordy, aren't you?
Yes. I love Jordy. Jordy is balling out, and he is getting disrespected. Oh, man. I don't think I can – I think for my own team, I might take the shot on Jordy just to be that guy. But when I'm recommending it for somebody else, oh, man, I think that it has to be Carson and Chris Thompson also, if Chris Thompson's healthy.
Yep. If he's not, go with Jordy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I'm good with that.
Okay. IMX Blue. Devonta Freeman, play or not? No, he is not. And then he's asking, if not, is Aguilar a good replacement for the flex spot? Aguilar's an okay replacement. He hasn't done much since Foles went down. Him and Wentz don't really seem to have a lot of chemistry, but he is still getting targets, though. So if it's a PPR, I think that he's probably an okay flex.
I would like to see your other options if you have any. But, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with flexing him. Devonta Freeman, now he hasn't been 100% ruled out, so I don't think he's going to play. A bone contusion usually makes me think that that's probably going to last a while. Maybe it's just me that hears words like that and just thinks it's the most horrible injury ever. Well, that's where I'm at with it.
Dirty Jobs needs the injury report to say boo-boos and owies. That's the only way he gets it.
Yes. If he says Chris Thompson has an owie, I'm like, oh, you're going to start this guy. But when you start saying bone contusion, that sounds like some kind of thing you see on ER or something like that, man. No thanks. I'm out.
They're using too big of words to describe the injuries. It scares me.
They said hematoma. What? Like, no, I'm out.
All right. Jason B, 187. This is Jason Bourne, so if we get it wrong, he's coming after us. He just traded Greg Olsen for Shady McCoy. Good trade? Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good trade. You're getting a running back for a tight end that is elite, but may very well get injured again this season. So I like it.
Yeah, it's a good trade.
Nacho Taco said Landry and Michelle for Juju. No. What do you? No, please do not do this. Landry's going to outscore Juju rest of season. You heard it here first. That's happening. Landry will outscore Juju rest of season. You are giving away Michelle for free if you do that. Oh, this hurts me. This hurts me that he may actually do this. Nacho Taco.
Much Nacho Taco. You're giving up too much.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah, you can get better. You can get better if you're going to do this. If you're going to do this trade, you need to target one of the elite guys, and Juju is not an elite guy. Silo status. And he's asking, guess the question is, would you accept if you're on his side? Yeah, if I was on his side, I would take this and run.
I would take it and laugh at you.
Without even blinking.
Okay. But in all seriousness, please do not do that trade. Silo status. This is our very last one, unless I'm missing a few.
There's a couple.
You're missing.
Yeah,
you're missing a few, and we already addressed this one.
Okay, we did.
Yep.
Brad Berry, I just refreshed. Funchess, Demaryius Thomas, Cooper, Aguilar. Pick 2, standard. Funchess, Demaryius Thomas, Cooper, and Aguilar.
So after last week, I promised myself I will never, ever, ever recommend Cooper again. So I'm going to go Thomas and Funchess.
I'm on board with those two.
Yeah, same here. I like that.
Except for I can see Cooper putting up some crazy stat line against Seattle just because.
I don't care. I recommended him on the Blitz, and he went out and gave me a poo-poo sandwich, and I said, you know what, Self, you will never do this again. I would rather be wrong and have him go off on the bench than recommend somebody to play him and him put up a stinker sandwich.
Do that. Yep. That's fair. Stealing Pick says, what's a good trade target for Devonta Freeman and Demaryius Thomas?
I mean, the answer here is unfortunately going to be not much. You're not going to be able to get much for those guys right now. Devonta Freeman's injury report going the way it's going, and Demaryius Thomas just has not been playing good football.
He put up numbers in the last game, so I'm going to say your target would be someone like Dalvin Cook. Maybe.
I just don't think you're going to get anybody to take that trade. That's tough. Devonta Freeman is a game changer if he's out there, but Dalvin Cook, I mean, he's got the injury thing going, but he's got such a better outlook going forward. I don't know. I wouldn't make that trade.
I'm going to reach out to the Marshawn Lynch owner with that.
I think that's a good one right there. I think that's a perfect one because I think you're going to be able to actually make that move. I think they're going to say Marshawn Lynch isn't going to continue and Devonta Freeman could have the future pays.
Yep.
And it looks like we have one more here. Sandman25, would you drop Enunwa for Foreman? My roster running backs are Gordon, Howard, Jones, Royce. Still would have Golden Tate, Diggs, Davis, and Mike Williams. I would not. Enunwa is going to be the number one wide receiver at the end of the season. He is right now, and he will be the number one scoring wide receiver. I know he put up a big goose egg, and he's kind of making you worried, but he has this little hand thing going on. Enunwa is the guy to own there. Don't freak out. Don't drop him. He's a production monster.
Yeah, I'm not doing it either.
All right, Steve, what else do you have for us?
I got one final question from the Mixler, Ricardo Banks. Excuse me. Drop Allison for Winston. Currently have Cam and Devontae Adams. Doesn't need a second quarterback, I don't think, right? I mean, they already went through their bye.
You got Cam. You're good.
Let Winston hang out. You're fine. Keep the depth at wide receiver and running back.
Yeah, you're good to go, man. You're good to go. All right. I did want to learn the listeners something here because I looked up bone contusion because I was curious myself. So basically what it is, it's a bruise on your bone. Did you know you could get bruises on your bones?
Oh, yeah.
I did. Yeah, I've had one. They're brutal.
Yeah,
So,
they hurt.
how long did it last for you guys? Like, how long was recovery for you?
So I'm going to tell an embarrassing story. Like, I was trying to be a badass with a little BMX bike, and I was flipping the handle, you know, like how you flip it in a circle. And so I was going, and I do this, and I do a wheelie, and I flip it around, and immediately it just stops, and I go forward. And I got hit in the chest, and it actually almost punctured my lung. Jesus. So I had a bone contusion on my rib cage. No joke, I hardly did anything that whole entire summer because of that. Like, I just sat there with a bandage on my chest all summer.
Well, hopefully,
just thinking about it.
Well, hopefully Chris Thompson does not have a BMX bone contusion on his rib cage from the throw that Alex Smith left him wide open to take a shot and go to the hospital.
Oh, I know, man. Alex Smith. I just don't know about that guy.
I do. He stinks.
He's trash.
Steve?
Yeah.
Are we good? What
We're
else
done.
do you have?
Sack's empty. Time to wrap up. I'll do it. Thanks for tuning in to the show.
You're the man for that.
I didn't know I got to start over. I got it all timed out. All right, thank you for tuning into the Sleeper Wire Mail Sack. Thank you to Lucas, George, Hoos, Dirty Jobs, all answered your questions here tonight. And if you didn't get your question answered, you couldn't get in, couldn't call in, whatever the case may be, go to sleepwire.com, hit the free advice button, send us a message through there. We answer within 24 hours or less. Join us on the Sleeper app. Look for the Sleepwire channel, Fantasy Life app, Sleepwire channel, Facebook groups, Sleepwire Fantasy Football Club, and on Twitter at Sleepwire Show. All the ways you can reach us. The most accessible fantasy podcast in the world. We do this show every Wednesday. We're back on Sunday morning, 11:30. Same type of thing, live show, start, sit questions, tune in. Thanks for listening.